what happened, what the plans are going forward, going on.
Are these sections here, like, do they go high, or are they, like, just, like, knee height? This rubble?
Yeah, probably about a knee to waist.
Okay,
Looks
so
like it once was something, but long since passed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so not worth hiding behind, probably. I'll walk in. What is everyone's well, I guess the lieutenant's dispositions on the operation? What? Excuse you.
Attractive.
Sorry, my bad.
That was a good one. You hear Claudia just talking about, these are our losses. This is what we were able to recover. We can't account for the bodies of Daxos or Grim. Maggie's equipment was lost with her. You hear Lucky say, outside of that, no reports on the way back, everything seemed clear. Only gave a negative that he didn't find anything or hear anything. Didn't check with Saturday to see if he had it in it to scout, but we'll have that done tomorrow. As far as that, I think we're clear. At least till next summer. An empty space is a power vacuum. Let's not let our guards down. Yeah, I get that, Captain, but shouldn't you head back and get that fixed? Once I am sure everything is secure here, it will get attended to. You approach. What do you have, Joker?
That conversation piece I had brought up to you earlier, sir.
He notices you. Doesn't see a salute.
Oh, I salute. Apologies, sir.
You hear him say, by your ease, instead of saluting.
At ease, then.
Let's hear it.
So I think there's still potentially a threat. Maybe not a more immediate one, but there's still something out here. I managed to, get a peek into the Bone Collector's mind. Or rather, Kemper's mind in specific. That's why I alerted Victor that we need his assistance, and by extension yours. Kemper was the one to tell us to find the Friend of Man, which is a moniker that you might be aware of from Victor.
Was there more to this story?
There is, sir. Just wonder if you have any questions. Victor talked about the Bone Collector proper as the Queen Piece. Kemper, the Bone Collector we dealt with on the river shore, as the King Piece. But I believe, sir, that there is still something else above him.
An unseen hand guiding the creature.
Correct, sir. We gotta look at his two would be more knowledgeable on this, but we gotta look at his guts. What makes him tick? His blood. There's something out here that's offering power to the desperate. And I didn't know Kemper during his watch service, but from the sounds of it, he might have been more susceptible to such office. That thing, whatever it is that's offering, is still out here. I don't imagine it's going to get a new king piece to play with anytime soon, but, well, you know my disposition, sir, on being proactive.
Do you believe this is related to the dungeon in the area?
I do, sir. That's where Kemper disappeared. It only makes sense.
I see. He pulls out a scroll and sort of shuffles with the band on it to break it with one hand before unrolling it and starting to write information down.
Can I see what he's writing from here?
It's a requisition order.
Ah. Send more men. Send
Nope.
dudes.
You mean nudes?
No, I mean dudes.
As you see him writing out, did you have anything else to offer at this time?
I see Lucky. I know Ward's in with us, but Lucky isn't. I don't know if I trust Lucky like I would trust Ward or the captain. With your permission, sir, I'd like to know more about Daxos. Yeah. I make an overt effort to learning and knowing everyone we lose along the way. I'll flare the cloak. They get added to this. If God is willing.
Daxos is a blood knight, not only a blood knight, the blood knight. The prototype.
So I've heard.
So it got Captain Celeste her captainship. But it's not without its cost, as well. We've all kind of seen that, right?
Right. But that's his performance review. That's his track record in the watch. I'd like to know more about the man. Look at the captain, and imagine, sir, you're one of the few people I can ask about that. Same for Odd Maggie. I was really hoping we'd make it through with everyone. But here we are.
You mentioned considering leadership within the watch, correct?
Aye, sir.
Then banish those childish notions from your mind.
Let's go with deception very fast. I know Quinn still believes in that notion. I'm sure the world will beat it out of me in due time, sir.
Your strategy when we first came out there, the one that Lieutenant Ward vouched for, you see her kind of like shift.
Yeah, Quinn probably just takes a deep breath at that, like, ugh.
Had we followed it to the T, what do you think would have happened?
I think we did end up following it to the T, sir. And we saw what happened. But you're implying if we kept to it, even after we got our sit reps, we probably would have lost. But we adapted.
Had we gone in with a different plan in the first place, perhaps we would have lost more. But it's likely we would have lost less.
I don't believe that, sir. With all due
Then
respect.
please tell me, with all the years of experience you have, what you saw differently.
I saw Kemper, a man that knows who he's dealing with, the person who's in charge and the person he's fighting. He knew you, sir. He would have adapted his plan to whatever plan you brought, but I imagine he would have had a very good estimate as to what your plan was already. I think he would have shifted positions with the Shepherd King, like he ended up doing anyways, and taking your flare. And when everything was said and done, he would have ran away, having taken Watchmen lives and pieces of other people's souls. And then he would have come back.
The Kemper portion. You made an astute observation, and I give you credit for that. But thankfully, Recruit Queensman understood more about the situation, and we were able to enact a surprise and trap him once and for all.
Might I ask, so how did that come to happen? I'm immensely thankful that it did happen, but how did you guys get the obelisk to teleport you?
Because we worked together on it, leading up to our conflict.
You guys are planning
Queensman
this.
knew he could do it, but we knew it couldn't be head on. It needed to be from a position where he had already thought he won.
So you knew about all this then, leading into this.
I knew the choices we would have to make. Obviously, we had to shift as the battle progressed.
I once heard from Captain Riker that no plan survives first contact.
He looks at you. The Armada is correct. Now then, is there anything else?
I'd still like to know about your fellows, sir. But I don't need the lieutenants here for that. If you want me to come back later. It'll help me be a better watchman, sir.
We should probably do a check-in with everyone else anyways, now that I've had some time to rest. I gotta go get some groceries. Let's take a 5. They're gonna take their leave though.
Yes, I did it.
See the captain say, "Sit down."
He moved my token. Oh no.
As you see him writing out a order for a bunch of material. Roll a alchemy check or just int if you have it.
I wish I had alchemist. Would medicine apply by chance or no?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Man, if only you had someone that had alchemist tools. So,
Oh man, if only you guys would join me.
oh man.
Roll
If
your dang
only.
in so I can get these groceries.
What do you mean join you?
No.
That is... wait, that doesn't have my guidance, or... Pew, pew. Nice.
And you see saltpeter on there for what that's worth.
Nice.
And it seems like he's ordering it in the hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds for some of this stuff.
Thousands.
There's that. All right, I'll be back in 5. Let's take a 5.
Yep. Saltpeter means he's making explosives.
I'm gonna destroy the dungeon, perhaps.
Well, it would be a
Makes
thorough way.
I'm assuming I also took the explosive off the bridge when we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, the dungeon it spans for miles.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to devastate everywhere in like a 10-mile radius. I don't know about that.
Maybe
Let's
he's
see.
just hoping to collapse like the levels of the entrance areas where it's like completely caved in.
Maybe. If they can find where the heart, the core, the center of the dungeon is, they could drill down. Explosively. Because the main concern would be the charm effect. So if you just never stepped into the dungeon and just blew it open, then I assume the charm effect wouldn't pop on you.
It depends, I guess. Like, where's the charm coming from?
True. And then there's still the big island cave gaping maw in Lake Miri, which also charmed people. Well, charmed people? Madness people? Maddened people? Which I feel like is connected.
Maybe. I think it was, to me, it was more like Eldritch Madness. Like, oh, you want to start flicking things and doing unwise things.
Well, like we there's like the creepy thought that all the stalags in the cave were actually people that just sort of stood there and like assimilated into the walls or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the madness effect for like Jericho and Viper was like, hey, that's a sturdy cave. What else would you do with a bunch of explosives out here? If not the dungeon, what else would you do?
I don't know, take out this HQ.
Maybe.
I don't know what benefit that would have, but like, it's the only other thing I can think of that could use that could be useful on.
Yeah. Because they probably wouldn't use it on the island next to Lake Miri because we were told like not to wake it up by doing certain things.
That would probably wake it up. I would
That would probably wake it
imagine
up.
that would.
I would also, unless the explosives were that ineffectual to it, the grand scheme of things.
Oh, hello.
In which case
So
we're
little
fucked.
Actually, to be fair, like explosives and gunpowder and bullets and stuff traditionally don't work on dark ones.
True.
I assume this one still qualifies as dark.
Yeah.
True.
So it might not be a direct assault on the creature itself, so the dungeon becomes more likely because it's not a
Mhm.
dark one. It's a
Yeah.
lair.
Yeah, so by logic, even if, whether it did or didn't, the explosive did or didn't work, it wouldn't be the island Lake Miri. If it did work, we wanted to do it. If it did work, we wanted to do it. If it doesn't work, then we wouldn't do it.
Yeah. He's just getting a bunch of explosives to toss into the water to go fishing for the Crab King.
What was the list of ingredients again?
Just salt spear is all I pulled with a 10.
Yeah.
I don't have my watch reroll.
Be used for?
That's the only thing I know salt spear to be used for.
Why, you think he's trying to blow up the dungeon?
That's a weird thing.
That's our first idea,
yeah.
Yeah, that showed up when you left.
I mean, can't send any more desperate people in if you blow it all up.
Yeah, yeah. I guess if you cave in every
possible entrance, just take like this local region, lower it by about 30 feet. Actually, yeah, to destroy the dungeon, it would have to be some almost seismic level event.
We'd also have to know where all the dungeon entrances are if we want to close all the entrances, which I feel like we don't.
And also, honestly, considering how the dungeon kind of is, I imagine it could make its own entrance in a weird
way. Yeah, like get the minions inside to like start digging.
Yeah, something as simple as that.
Can't be desperate if you're back in the Stone Age. That's some new core diplomacy there, Captain.
Don't have to be diplomatic if it don't exist.
How the hell am I gonna pickpocket? Or how the hell am I gonna swipe the ring off him? It's his only hand.
He has nothing else to focus on.
Oh god, if it's under his gauntlet, then it's impossible.
You could just try like something like you start riding.
I have a way, but he will be so pissed. He will be so pissed. I have charm person.
That's a dangerous game.
Okay. I don't think so.
You would be so mad.
You could just
he would.
You could just make like a direct appeal to him. Like you could just like get out like a piece of paper and write like, "Will you take your ring off and trust me?" or something like that.
Like sliding a note over. Like I am.
Do you like me? Yes, yes.
I slide him his car warranty. Gotcha. You thought you could escape your car warranty notice, even out here, Captain?
I would like to talk to you about
That's what the gray men are. Car salesman.
No.
I am insurance salesman.
A dark fate. So Jericho, I see you outside.
That is correct, yeah. I assume Ronan stays out there the whole time. Does he ever come inside?
At least not so far.
Yeah, then I think Jericho does sort of gently announce he's gonna go check on him. Prior to that, he's probably at the bar here, so he presses to those people. Go out, poke my head out. I see he's not wearing his helmet. What's he doing?
You see him sitting here. Hasn't even cleaned the blood that's soaked into his armor off. It's sort of staring up at that gray sky.
I removed my helmet for solidarity. Walk over, sit next to him. You know, it's ill-advised to go outside without your suit on.
I wear it mostly in solidarity. I haven't been affected by the mist in a long time.
Me neither, but they tell me it can still get to you if you don't need to breathe. So they kind of scared me.
You just see him staring up.
I follow his gaze, and obviously it's just nothingness he's staring into.
Correct. Just a great black and gray sky.
I don't think I'm seeing what you're seeing. care to enlighten me?
You look over at his bloodshot blue eyes just staring up. I wonder what the purpose in all this is.
Is he noticeably talking a lot different than he was prior?
More gruff, more raspy.
Okay.
Almost a little beaten down. Fighting back the headaches that are rushing back now that the violence is over.
Purpose of fighting Dark Ones.
What do you hope to gain in the long term of this?
Change.
I envy that.
You don't have the same desire.
I envy that level of naive hope.
What if I told you that I don't have as much hope as you think I do?
And I would pity you.
What if I told you I don't want your pity?
He just continues to stare. Then I would say I'm not a wordsmith and don't know what to say next.
You know, I have a lot more in common than you might think. Live is the struggle for men like us. But are you really so quick to deny that there has been change today? No matter how minor.
I don't deny it. I just don't see it.
Kemper has been put down. Those that he would have harmed are saved, at least from him. We lost some watchmen today, but in their sacrifice we achieved victory. And through their sacrifice, I live, you live, everyone in there still lives to fight another day, to control their own destinies, whatever they may be. That's a positive in my eyes.
Chuckles a little bit at that. Half blind and you still see it better than me.
Maybe just you not choosing to see it.
Does it affect you? What you are? Being vampire spawn?
There's no TVs on the 10.
Yeah, no TV's on at 10. I'm used to it, but it does affect me. It makes me calmer until the blood starts rushing.
Yeah.
Then the hunger starts and I have to keep that in check. I think the worst part of it all is that I don't shed tears when I would like to. Like today.
I suppose in a way we're kind of the opposite of each other.
You think yourself too emotional?
I think the hunger and the pain doesn't go away till the fighting starts.
Always longing for battle, then. You said a result of your training with Daxos.
That's what being a Blood Knight is.
Would you give it up if you could?
Not if it meant someone else would have to take the title.
There must always be a Blood Knight, then.
Lady Diana will ensure it.
Why?
He finally stops looking up. Because we need powerful tools of war. He looks over at you in your good eye. If we're going to make change.
It sends me that it's you, Daron, who has to bear that mantle. But God is my witness. You have my utmost appreciation.
He just does a slight nod. I find you honorable as well.
Were you close to Daxos at all? Do you mourn his passing?
I lament his loss, but celebrate his freedom.
That's very telling, then. My condolences for your loss.
He just takes a deep breath before pushing himself off the wall to stand up straight.
Stand up with him.
We'll be enemies soon.
I suppose we will. If not for nothing, I hope coming to blows with you will provide you some solace, no matter how brief.
He just gets a slight smirk. I'd like that. And perhaps a chance to fight your friend Castor again.
Not once. I think he'd like that.
He turns. I'm not much for celebrations. But would you send everyone my congratulations and condolence?
You going to go pick a fight?
I'm sure there's one to find.
I would join you if you let me. but I don't think you will. Will you?